this is a real quick tip for those of you who use point and shoot cameras, as in not the big bulky DSLR stuff. They tend to be very lightweight. You carry them around and stuff, which is very convenient. However, when you're standing in one place for a long time, you may notice that the camera gets a little bit wobbly or it has some additional noise and stuff that you don't necessarily want. Really cheap solution for this, if you have some wall space and you're not too concerned about mucking it up, is pick up a corner brace, which you can get at any hardware store. This cost me like $2, and mount it on the wall. I've got another one that's right there. Let me show you. Right, so you'll see this is really small. It's probably about 1.5 inches wide and deep. You want to be a little bit careful about where you place it so that you're in frame when you're actually recording stuff. This one in particular happened to have two little ridges, which will help keep the camera in place when you put it on there. And now you have a nice easy way to keep your camera steady without having to worry about setting up a tripod and screwing it all in and that sort of thing, because the camera wobble can be a little bit distracting when you're doing videos, though you still have the flexibility of picking it up, moving it around, and doing stuff when you actually want that sort of effect. Now, if you don't want something quite as unseemly as this on your wall, you can also do a search on Amazon for floating shelves, or actually I found it was easier for some reason to find really thin shelves if you looked for ledge. If you just do a search on Amazon for ledge, you can find things that are about 1.5 inches or 2 inches deep, you know, a little bit longer. They tend to be designed for, you know, holding up photos and that sort of thing. Or, you know, you can even find on occasion, you know, a key hook that has a little bit of ledge on top of it that can be nicely placed. You do want to be careful about the height that you set it at so that you're not, you know, ridiculously tall or ridiculously short and that sort of thing. But this is a really cheap, for just $2, way to get a steady shot without any effort.